Pay heed and observe closely. Matt hath just acquired a 2020 Porsche Gt3 RS. This is the top-tier supercar that Matt hath always dreamed of possessing. But alas, this chariot hath suffered a grievous mishap. This Gt3 RS is the pinnacle of the entire Gt3 RS range. 'Tis more costly than the standard models. This Gt3 is equipped with various aerodynamic features. In normal circumstances, should one wish to purchase this chariot, one must be on Porsche's elite list to obtain the privilege of acquisition. This chariot is one newly delivered to its owner. On the journey home, a misstep resulted in a minor collision. Matt discovered online a Gt3 RS custom model, priced below market value. Without hesitation, he seized the opportunity. Yay! But this chariot resides in Washington, USA, while Matt dwells in Britain. Alas, Matt had the vehicle transported to his trusted friend, Big Zhuang. Then he flew to the destination. At Big Zhuang's garage, the vehicle was repaired. Let us continue from the previous episode. Matt was surprised to discover that the transmission's oil pan was made of plastic. This astonished him. Such an expensive Gt3 RS have been equipped with a plastic oil pan. Moreover, replacing this plastic oil pan is not a cheap affair. 'Tis somewhat costly. At this moment, Matt doth discuss how he might purchase fuel through a small hole in the transmission. He waits. For only by draining all the oil inside can they see if any water hath entered. If there be no grave issues, and all be in order, we shall fill it with fresh oil. Let us hope the oil drained doth not mix with water. Matt believes it is most likely untainted by water. See you. Ah. Alas! The transmission's interior is filled with cream-colored oil, mixed with water. This is dire news for Matt, for the oil filter hath also suffered water contamination. All this doth prove the vehicle was exposed to water, whilst the engine still maintained some operation. This is Matt's current supposition. Matt's next step is to remove the oil filter from the engine. Here we see Matt as he removes the transmission while water flows slowly. Truly, facing such a situation, Matt can only accept the truth. He must admit the state of his engine cannot be good. In light of all thus far, Matt doth conclude, what remains to be determined is whether before the water immersion, the engine was operating correctly. Matt must ascertain this, for the current state doth not bode well. If, when submerged in water, the engine failed to operate, the issue may lie within the engine itself. Matt is confident he could repair it, but should it be another case, the damage shall be far more extensive, and Matt shall bear a heavy price for it. Next, Matt plans to remove the exhaust pipe and the bolts connecting it to the engine. Then remove the exhaust pipe and spark plugs. Thus, Matt can clearly and thoroughly observe the inner workings of the engine. Whether the pistons contain water, all shall be made clear. Matt doth estimate there is likely much water inside. Let us hope it goes well. Before the water immersion, if the engine failed to operate, even if filled with water, Matt need only drain it out to resolve the issue. Of course, thereafter, Matt must attempt to start it. If, while running, water is forcibly drawn into the pistons, as seen here, when the pistons compress encountering water, This could cause catastrophic damage. When Matt removed the exhaust pipe, it contained a large amount of water residue. Observe closely the exhaust port of the engine. On the surface, there appears to be no major issues, nor corrosion. Yet the other side bears slight rust. But its condition remains fair. No major issues are present. At this point, Matt feels quite fortunate. If the pistons within the engine were damaged, as they move up and down, the engine would emit a great deal of smoke. This would severely damage the internal structure of the engine. At that time, the engine would face the issue of burning oil. At that point, the engine might require extensive repairs. Matt doth not wish for this. Upon careful inspection, Matt discovered the engine hath indeed suffered water damage. This is but the beginning. If there be rust, it shall be troublesome indeed. Observe closely the back of the valve. Water immersion may cause it to fail to seat properly. If the engine was exposed to water, it would lose compression. Rust would damage the pistons and the steel. If rust had formed inside the cylinder block, the pistons would face severe strain during operation. What dost thou think shall happen then? Now, Matt plans to remove the spark plugs from the engine. With more professional equipment, he shall check if there be rust inside the engine block. Upon seeing the removed spark plugs, Matt fears the situation inside the cylinder may be grim. The spark plug's top is rusted severely. It should be everything. Ross and the cylinder. Here we go, Big Mommy. Oh my God, Lakes, is your fishing, man? See here. Matt's heart doth sink at this moment. The internal structure of the cylinder block hath rusted severely. At this point, Big Zhuang reminds Matt that the engine in this GT3 RS shows no signs of wear. This is indeed good news. A great piece of news. Moreover, there be no bending within the engine. This Matt can confirm. The engine must have ceased operation before immersion. Now Matt must devise a way to clean the rust from the engine. Yet this is a most troublesome task. For efficiency, Matt plans to lower the engine. Then he shall place the engine sideways. Upon the top, he shall apply a rust remover to clean it. Let us hope this substance will penetrate the pistons and clear away the rust until all rust within the engine block is removed. Then a second rotation shall follow. Repeat the previous steps until all rust is cleaned away. This, for now, is the most effective and quickest method Matt hath devised. Let us hope this method, or this product, will prove effective. Moreover, this method was provided by Big Zhuang. Should damage occur, Big Zhuang will bear the blame. If the vehicle is beyond repair, Matt intends to hold him accountable. Yet this is not the choice he desires. As for the vehicle's parts, to speak truly, Matt himself is somewhat at a loss as to how to proceed. For each part's component is far more expensive than the usual GT3 RS parts. Having spoken thus far, Matt plans to begin disassembling the body from the rear wing. For once this area is cleared, the engine will be directly visible. Matt aims to preserve this transmission and the engine, even though the odds are slim. But Matt truly doth not wish to give up. He removes the rear wing and the small flaps. then the diffuser. Thus begins Matt's repair journey for the day. What dost thou think of the content in this episode? Feel free to leave that comments below. We thank thee for thy viewership.
Xin chào mọi người. Trong cái video lần này thì anh Mát anh ấy đã đưa cái chiếc xe về đến cái gara sửa chữa của anh ấy rồi ạ. Và bước tiếp theo là anh ấy đang kiểm tra tổng thể cái bên ngoài của cái chiếc xe xem nó có bị nhiều hỏng hóc nhiều không. Sau khi đã quan sát xong thì anh có lâng cái xe này lên và kiểm tra cái phần khung bệ gầm và đã phát hiện ra rất nhiều thứ nó bị hỏng hóc và cái như kiểu là dầu máy các thứ thì bị nước vào hết. Trong quá trình tháo ra để sửa chữa thì hầu như là nước nó vào nó làm hỏng gần như là toàn bộ cái hệ thống bên trong. Đấy, dùng rất nhiều công nghệ tiên tiến để nội soi ở trong cái bộ máy của con xe này. Rồi là buji cũng bị hỏng tại vì nó do ngâm nước quá lâu. Đấy, trong quá trình này anh với phụ anh ấy hợp tác rất là vui vẻ. Xin chào mọi người thấy hay thì hãy cho mình một like và một lượt thích, một đăng ký kênh để mình có động lực tiếp theo để mình làm ra những cái video. Cảm ơn mọi người rất nhiều.